Police rescue abducted businessman in shootout. ringgit 7 million worth of shabu seized. Hello and good evening. I'm Mohana Priya. Welcome to News on 2. Police killed 2 kidnappers in an exchange of fire and rescued an abducted businessman who was held for a 10 million Singapore dollar or 30.54 million ringgit ransom. Johor Deputy Police Chief Datuk Shafi Ismail said the incident took place at an oil palm estate at Lot 193 Jalan Meta in Sekakap, Mersing, Johor this morning. Speaking at the State Police Headquarters in Johor Bahru today, Datuk Shafi said the 2 suspects were shot dead at 2 a.m. today in a joint operation involving the D9 Serious Crimes Unit Special Investigations of the State Police Contingent Headquarters and the D14 Organised Crime Investigation Division in Ops Kesan and Ops Tutup. He said the 2 semi-automatic 9mm and 45mm caliber pistols were found on the 2 masked suspects. He said the team began tracking down the suspects after receiving information on the abduction of the 41-year-old businessman on 17th December.
Kita telah mendapat maklumat lebih awal bahawa mangsa akan dibunuh selepas wang tebusan diperolehi.
Datuk Shafi said in the incident, one of the raiding officers sustained gunshot wounds in 3 places, while the victim who was saved sustained injuries on his back. He said both of them are currently receiving treatment and reported to be in stable condition. He added that police are tracking down the other suspects involved in the abduction. The lorry conductor suspected of molesting a 9-year-old girl at the toilet of Surau Al-Ikhlas Zone Mawar in Sungai Petani, Kedah has been remanded for 6 days. The remand order against the 31-year-old was issued by Sungai Petani Magistrates Court Assistant Registrar Muhammad Alif Abdul Aziz. Kuala Muda Deputy Police Chief Superintendent Shamsuddin Mamat said the suspect turned himself in at Bedong Police Station at about 3 p.m. yesterday and he was investigated under Section 14 Subsection A Act 792. He said police seized a dark blue T-shirt worn by the suspect during the incident on 13th December, adding that the suspect also admitted to molesting the girl. Previously, police had raided the suspect's house in Bedong, but he was not there. Superintendent Shamsuddin said police believed the suspect had gone into hiding since the video of his crime went viral. Now, the Johor Customs Department has foiled attempts to smuggle contraband cigarettes of various brands, estimated to be worth 12.49 million ringgit, including tax, in 2 separate raids carried out in Gelang Patah. Its director, Datuk Muhammad Hamidan Mariani, said the raids were conducted on 15th and 23rd December after authorities detected a suspicious container at the Tanjung Pelepas Port and a lorry at the Sultan Abu Bakar Customs, Immigration and Quarantine Complex. Speaking at a media conference at the Sultan Iskandar CIQ complex in Gelang Patah today, Dato' Muhammad Hamidan said all the seized items were smuggled from China for the Singapore market.
Tersebut adalah berisi rokok putih dinama U2. Jumlah rokok yang disita adalah lebih kurang 10.300.000 batang. Dan semua barang itu bernilai kira-kira 4.12 juta. Dan cukai terlibat sebanyak 7.21 juta.
He added that 2 local men aged 44 and 68 years old were also detained during the raids to facilitate investigations under Section 135, subsection 1G of the Customs Act 1967. The General Operations Force GOF 7th Battalion last night seized a total of 100 kilograms of shabu worth 7 million ringgit near Kampung Tasik Permai, Rantau Panjang. A 4-wheel drive was also seized during the operation. Now, the seizure was the biggest made in Kelantan by the battalion this year. The GOF Southeast Brigade Commander SAC Kamaruzaman Maruf, however, said no one was arrested in the 8:30 p.m. operation. Elaborating further, he said a GOF team was on their patrol in the area when they spotted two men in a four-wheel drive acting suspiciously. He said the vehicle sped off when approached by the GOF members, but lost control during the chase, causing it to skid at the roadside. The two men then fled on foot.
Hasil pemeriksaan lanjut di bahagian belakang kenderaan 4x4, kita telah menjumpai 4 kotak yang mengandungi jumlah keseluruhan anggaran 100 bungkus. Setiap bungkus di dalam kotak-kotak tersebut terdapat plastik lusina berisi bahan ketulan kristal yang disyaki dadah jenis syabu. Pihak polis juga telah menjumpai dokumen pengenalan diri. Satu, my card, salah seorang suspek yang berjaya melarikan diri.
All the seized drugs and the vehicle were surrendered to the Pasir Mas Police Headquarters for further investigation under Section 39B of the Dangerous Drugs Act 1952. Police seized more than 8 kilograms of ketamine shaped in the form of ice cubes and 14.9 grams of ecstasy pills in a raid on a mini lab at a house near Jalan Kuchai Lama in the nation's capital last Thursday. Now, the newly designed drug in the form of ice cubes is believed to be distributed to entertainment outlets in Kuala Lumpur and also overseas in Indonesia. Kuala Lumpur Police Chief Datuk Sri Mazlan Lazim said the 3:45 a.m. raid by the Brickfields District Narcotics Criminal Investigation Department (NCID) was the result of surveillance and public tip-off.
Hasil serbuan tersebut telah berjaya merampas 14 paket besar plastik berisi dadah dicaki jenis ketamin anggaran berat 3,199 gram, 5 bekas plastik berisi dadah dicaki ketamin anggaran berat 4,977 gram dan 27 biji pil ecstasy anggaran berat 14.9 gram. Turut dirampas adalah beberapa bahan mentah yang digunakan dan juga peralatan yang digunakan untuk memasak dan memproses dadah berkenaan.
Briefing reporters at the Kuala Lumpur Police Headquarters today, he said police also detained a 33-year-old man during the raid responsible for processing the drugs. It is believed that the drugs would then be distributed to entertainment outlets via a middleman. Datuk Sri Mazlan said the suspect had a prior criminal record involving drugs under Section 12, subsection A of the Dangerous Drugs Act 1952. He has been remanded for 7 days beginning last Friday. The online scam by a couple using the Facebook and WhatsApp applications to sell off stolen motorcycle parts was foiled after police arrested them and 2 others in separate raids. Machang District Police Chief Superintendent Ganti Jimmy said all 4 suspects, aged between 22 and 32, who called themselves Gang Maliki, had been active in committing motorcycle thefts and selling dismantled parts online for quite a number of years. The couple were arrested in a raid at a house in Kampung Pasir Golok, Ketere, while the other 2 were nabbed at Kampung Binjai Manis, Ketere, and Kampung Mengketil, Pangkal Meleret, Machang, respectively. Police also seized stolen motorcycle parts during the raids.
3 orang lelaki adalah yang berperanan melakukan jenayah yang mencuri kenderaan, manakala isteri itu berperanan sebagai orang yang memasarkan barang-barang tersebut.
3 of the suspects were charged at the Machang Magistrates Court on 28 November under Section 379A, Section 414 and Section 411 of the Penal Code, while the woman was called upon as a prosecution witness. The 18th prosecution witness in the case of the murder of Cradle Fund CEO Nazrin Hassan told the Shah Alam High Court today that he had severed ties with Nazrin's widow, Samira Muzaffar, as he suspected that a crime and murder had been committed. Dr. Abdul Aziz Hassan, 59, said initially he accepted the death of his younger brother with an open heart, and he frequently kept in touch with Samira through WhatsApp. However, after the police reclassified the death of Nazrin as murder, he changed his position. Dr. Abdul Aziz said he felt that those responsible for Nazrin's death were people within that house, including Samira, their children and maid. Therefore, he decided not to contact his sister-in-law after the fire to allow the firemen and police to conduct their investigation. Reflecting on the day of Nazrin's death, Dr. Abdul Aziz said he visited Samira at her residence in Mutiara Homes, adding that she was not crying nor wailing. However, he said that his sister-in-law looked sad due to the incident. On 12th March, Samira, a former senior executive at the Intellectual Property Corporation of Malaysia, MyIPO, and two teenagers aged 17 and 14 were charged along with Indonesian citizen Eka Wahyu Lestari, who is still at large with Nazrin's murder. They are alleged to have committed the offence at a house in Mutiara Homes, Mutiara Damansara, between 11:30 p.m. on 13th June 2018 and 4 a.m. on 14th June 2018. They are charged under Section 302 of the Penal Code, read together with Section 34 of the same Act. In May, the federal court allowed Samira to be released on bail of 500,000 ringgit in two sureties pending her murder trial. A factory worker has been fined 1,500 ringgit by the Johor Bahru Magistrates Court for breaking a glass window at the Immigration Department in Johor Bahru. The court also ordered Chong Kin Hong, 38, to pay 300 ringgit in damages to the Johor Immigration Department director for the replacement of the broken glass window. According to the charge sheet, the accused punched the glass window until it broke at the Immigration Department passport and security numbering counter on the 1st of December at around 1:40 p.m. The incident took place at Block 1 of the Home Ministry complex at Setia Tropika, Johor Bahru. Chong pleaded guilty to the offence before Magistrate Siti Hajar Ali. Deputy Public Prosecutor Farah Nabiha Muhammad Dan prosecuted the case, while Chong was not represented. The Ministry of Domestic Trade and Consumer Affairs at KPD and HEP in Perak has issued notices to a total of 43 factories and wholesalers in the state under Section 21 of the Price Control and Anti-Profiteering Act 2011. According to State KPD and HEP Chief Enforcement Officer V. Ravichandran, the notice was for verification of information on goods or services. Speaking to reporters after conducting an anti-profiteering operation under Ops Chatut 6.0 at a supermarket in Ipoh, Ravichandran said the operation involved inspection of 6 main categories, which were food and beverage items, home supplies, textile, furniture, shoes and electrical goods.
Bulan 6 tahun 2020 kita akan analisa keseluruhan operasi Ops Chatut 6.0 ini bagi melihat semula apa perubahan atau aspek kesan daripada pelaksanaan PSP ini.
Ravichandran also reiterated that KPD and HEP will not hesitate to take stern action against errant traders found to have flouted the law.
Salam sejahtera dan salam harapan. Nama saya Gobin Singh Dio, Menteri Komunikasi dan Multimedia Malaysia. Saya ingin mengambil peluang ini untuk mengucapkan selamat menyambut Hari Krismas, khususnya buat mereka yang beragama Kristian. Sempena Hari Krismas ini juga, marilah kita kekalkan keharmonian ini yang menjadi ciri istimewa kita, rakyat Malaysia keseluruhannya. Merry Christmas.
Former coach of Japan badminton junior squad Izwan Ibrahim, 35, died at Hospital University Science Malaysia, HUSM, in Kubang Krian, Kota Bharu last night. Izwan breathed his last at 7:30 p.m. after being admitted to hospital last Thursday. He was admitted to HUSM Kubang Krian after complaining of headache, and an examination revealed that he had intracranial bleeding. His remains were buried at the Kampung Bangul Muslim Cemetery, Jalan Pantai Cahaya Bulan, at about 11 p.m. Izwan became known after Japan emerged as champion of the Thomas Cup in 2014, as he was once coach to Kento Momota when the Japanese star was still a junior player. And that concludes this evening's edition of News on 2. In our top story today, 2 kidnappers shot dead as the police rescue abducted businessman in a shootout. News on 2 will be back at 12:30 tomorrow afternoon with more updates. Till then, we'd like to wish all our Christian viewers a very Merry Christmas and a Happy Holidays.